Let's talk about the Hydra Launcher. As you all know, this is not a new weapon but a redesign and rebalance of the Hydra Launcher from Halo 5. It has two fire modes, direct fire with a rectangular reticle which fires fast non-tracking missiles, and tracking fire with a more circular reticle that will track enemies with slower missiles. It is easy to change back and forth between the two reticle settings by simply pressing the left trigger, so kind of like the Heatwave alt fire mode. And in terms of kill ability, the direct fire will kill enemy players with 3 missiles, and the tracking mode will require 4. Now that's pretty much it for the infinite Hydra Launcher traits, so let's talk about why this thing is basically a shadow of the Halo 5 version. Main reason why is this weapon is a lot weaker. The Halo 5 Hydra only requires 2 missiles to kill for both direct fire and tracking fire modes, so it has a kill potential of 3 kills off 6 loaded missiles, making it quite lethal. On the other hand, the Halo Infinite Hydra requires 3 missiles for direct fire and that whopping 4 for tracking, and given that you are also loaded with a max of 6 missiles at a time, essentially you waste half or more of your missiles for 1 kill. And with this, you're also going to spend a lot of time just reloading, which really gets annoying during combat. On top of that difference, the Halo 5 Hydra has more aggressive tracking, so that trait reinforces its deadliness by being able to seek out players more effectively and efficiently on maps. On the other hand, in Halo Infinite, the Hydra's tracking is somewhat weaker. Like within certain ranges, you can literally just strafe out of the way of locked on missiles. The tracking itself is so strange that it is even hard to do simple arcs around obstacles with the tracking active, which in my opinion is pretty lame. Then again, this is expected and understandable. In fact, I predicted this would happen. What is the difference between Halo Infinite and Halo 5? Oh, that's right, players move slower on the ground in Infinite, and they no longer have the thrust ability, which in Halo 5 can rapidly redirect you about 15 meters into a different direction. Therefore, the Halo Infinite Hydra no longer has to have aggressive tracking like in Halo 5. You see, the weapons in Halo 5 are balanced with thrust being an intrinsic ability available to every player, so they have to be balanced in a way that makes them usable and not useless. Hydra is a prime example. Tracking has to counter thrust, and thrust has to counter tracking. There has to be that yin-yang balance. Now, even though thrust is available in Halo Infinite as a pickup, although severely nerfed, players do not start with this ability. Therefore, the Infinite Hydra has to be toned down in order to match slower, less rapid player speed. So from my perspective, none of the Halo Infinite Hydra changes are surprising. Essentially, I knew this gun would be weaker compared to the Halo 5 version in terms of tracking. When I saw the Hydra was returning, I was like, yeah, this gun is going to be nerfed. Now, what I didn't expect was 343 to nerf its damage so much. Requiring 3 or 4 missiles for a kill with this gun, although I don't think is a bad choice, it is one of the most annoying choices I've ever seen. I kid you not, the missile requirement and reloading the Hydra gets so annoying that it eventually pissed me off. Like half the time you use this gun is just pushing missiles into the drum. Pair that with the weaker tracking and seeing targets literally waltz away. For me, it became frustrating and I kept switching to my BR to clean up kills. It was easier and more efficient to use a BR to kill at range than reload and fire the Hydra again. Keep in mind, this was against bots. No actual decent player would allow this much time for you to fire the Hydra, reload it, and fire it again. That's a death sentence in Halo. Anyway, past the honeymoon phase of wow, the Hydra weapon has returned, I actually have no praise to say about this weapon. In my opinion, the gun is just mediocre. It needs a damage buff and slightly better tracking. Again, 3 to 4 missiles per kill, and that's if you actually hit all the missile shots. That's a bit too much, and definitely improve the tracking. Because even though players no longer move as fast at base speed compared to Halo 5, nor do they have thrust intrinsically, Halo Infinite Sandbox allows players to reach insane speeds on maps, using the sandbox elements, equipment such as the grapple shot, and so on. And with time, I think that will further expose the weaknesses of the Hydra Launcher in combat. Anyway, with everything said, to me this gun is okay, but I wouldn't go as far to say as this gun is good or something amazing. It needs improvement. If you have anything to say about this gun, please share below and let me know your ideas. As always, thank you for watching, and until next time.
Ooh, deadly precision. items incoming. Power items have spawned.
Kill frenzy. Double kill. Running riot.